Y'all worried about those Chinese tariffs? Might be time to start thinking about buying stuff from Cambodia. Okay, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer.
You ready to blow some stuff up?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I keep doing that. Okay, Boomers. Here we are back at the river park.
Back!
We are back, baby! We've had some hard times with this. They've had a little weather troubles with the river being up, and then we had a big windstorm, took some trees down out here, and it's back open.
Knocked the power lines down?
Yeah, it was a big old mess is what it was. But anyway, for today, here we are. It's open, and we're looking at a little selection of stuff from Pyro Planet. Now, Pyro Planet is kind of a smaller brand, and we had some trouble finding this stuff, right? I mean, we had to kind of go out of our way. Take it from there, Jody. Tell the people what we're talking about here.
Well, it's made in Cambodia.
Okay.
So we don't really know how the Chinese tariffs are going to impact everything. Different stores tell us different things, different distributors, you see things online. And
quite frankly, they keep changing too. I mean, just we're cutting deals and things are going up, things are going down.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen this time next year, right?
We really don't. We really don't.
So good to have a plan B.
So there are options out there, and I know this isn't the only firework brand that's not made in China, but the vast majority of them are. But Pyro Planet is made in Cambodia. We have cakes and canisters here today. Now, I've heard rumors of candles. I don't know large bore, small bore. I don't know anything about them, but I've heard they make candles. And I know they make some fountains because I had seen them previously, and then once we started looking for some things for this video, we didn't see them anymore. So go figure. Maybe in the future, if we see something, we'll kind of pick it up and maybe throw it in as some bonus content.
We did see some stuff mail order.
Yes.
Then we were able to find some stuff in person on our big trip through Missouri.
Right.
So we pretty much got enough to kind of give them the stage for a little bit and see what they're about and see what kind of, because we haven't lit any of their stuff.
We have not.
So we're looking forward, along with y'all, hopefully, to seeing what kind of quality they're turning out, and fingers crossed it's actually top-notch quality. And then if tariffs go crazy on China, which they might, we really don't know, we've got a good plan B.
Yeah.
We've got a good plan B. So let's talk about these individual items, I guess, right? I mean, we got 3 cakes and a sleeve of shells there, right?
Yeah, we got a couple of 200 grams. We're going to start with electric jellyfish.
All right.
Now, we just did a jellyfish NOAB in our weird pyro part 2. Go watch it if you haven't seen it.
Right. Yeah. Go watch. And if there's any of our videos you haven't seen, go stop the video, stop this clip now, and go back and watch those and get caught up, because they all build on each other.
They do build on each other.
There's going to be little snippets and inside jokes you're just not going to get. We're kind of teasing. None of them are that complicated. You should probably figure them out. Right.
We're just blowing stuff up for the most part. This is Electric Jellyfish by Pyro Planet. We talk about how the jellyfish effect is not a very common effect. It's an extremely rare effect. And it's it's extremely rare to be done well. But there's your performance there. They've got a nice little performance description.
Let's zoom in on that, huh?
Yeah.
This electrifying cake is loaded with big red, green, and blue bursts with gold brocade tentacles and a multi-shot finale.
But it's telling you the duration and volume level and all that kind of stuff, much like Gwenda and Raccoon and the companies that give you those really good performance descriptions. But that's electric jellyfish,
and that's 10 shots in a round 200. And there's something just a little special about round 200s. You can, I don't know, I feel like you get bigger bores out of them typically.
They tend to have longer tubes, go a little bit higher. You got, the bore size, and it's that. That's a pretty good size bore for a 200.
Right.
For a 200 gram.
And 10 shots in a 200 of decent size. That's you should be getting bigger size bores.
Now these aren't small either. And this is, I believe, 16 shots.
Okay.
This is Nova Core.
Just going to be a square grid on that, probably 4x4.
Yeah, but usually you're talking about something, a 16 shot cake. I'm thinking, you know, something like Bump Bear, which is kind of, to me, kind of what like the benchmark of that smallish 16 shot square, you know, 200 gram.
But this is a much bigger
this
cake
is a
than a
much
Bump Bear.
bigger cake
Yeah.
than that, and it's got a nice little performance description.
Let's read this one here. We've got silver glitter tails rising to bursts of blue, green, purple, and yellow with a brilliant finale of gold and silver strobe. Basically, my measure of how good a cake is, or you know how high quality it is lately, is how well they do their blues. And both these first two cakes mention blues, so that'll be a, you know, we'll give them a fair test if they can knock those out of the park like the top brands do now. Then great. Then we got a contender here.
Well, I'm seeing tails. I like tails. I like strobes. Those are fun.
Right.
One thing about this too is this cake here. Look at the bottom of that. It's like
Interesting. It's taped.
It's like a box.
Yeah.
It's folded over.
Right.
It's like a box that comes up to the side and then it's covered. I mean, the packaging on these, everything about this just screams quality.
Okay.
I mean, they've got these great descriptions. They've got really nice packaging, nice.
The graphics are clean.
Yeah. I mean, everything about it. Next up, we've got
Here's our big boy. Got us a 500 there with a fan on it.
USA Elite.
And we paid for this quality. You can
Yeah.
wait, let's get that price there. That is actually what we paid. It's
Yeah.
a $50 cake
Yeah.
at a place we're not able to film called House of Bargains.
Yep.
On the Missouri trip.
Yeah, just outside of Jefferson City.
It was good to find that place because we had another place in mind, but they weren't able to open the store for us as they had thought they would be able to.
We found Nova Core there as well.
That's a $18 cake.
Yeah. Which for a larger 200 gram, that's
Not bad.
not bad.
And honestly, for a good 500 gram, 50 bucks isn't bad either.
Not bad.
I mean, it's just a matter of how good it is what it amounts to.
Yeah.
These other two we got where? At Phantom, right?
We got Pyro Planet at Phantom. We got this at Phantom as well.
Right,
yes.
right.
Yeah, the Continuum canister shells. Now, this product has been out for a long time. This pet product, 10 or 12 years, I think, that they've been making these Continuum shells.
It's a good looking package. I mean, it's...
Yeah, good looking package. I like the name Continuum. I mean, everything. That just sounds like that's going to be a really cool shell.
I mean, right? It does.
You know.
It does.
On the back, you've got...
So this is 24 effects. They got a whole list.
Yeah, got
And,
24.
we're not going to read through them, but y'all can pause it and look at those to your heart's content. And we're gonna fire 12 of these tonight, right?
We're going to fire 12. We're going to fire 1 through 12. They are numbered on the sides. I'm going to pull these out and show you. We had to... they are numbered 1 through 12, so we're going to be careful to get 1 through 12 so that you can match them up with the effects. And I'll try to...
hopefully we'll actually fire them in that order,
well,
too.
they're numbered on there, so it's going to be...
But we'll have to pay attention to make it happen, as opposed to just...
Now, this is 13 through 18.
And these are 4-inch cans.
Yeah, but look, the number's right there.
Right, and as well as the effect.
As well as the effect and the number.
So good labeling there.
Good label. I mean, everything about this. Extremely positive so far. You know, the fiberglass tubes that you would expect there, but I'm gonna...
That's a big fatty tube too. Let's show that again. Yeah, well, you're gonna pull another one out, but
yeah,
that's a thick-walled tube there. Yeah, that's no thin tube.
Yeah, but we're gonna do 2 of these. We're gonna do 1 through 12, and we'll save the others for other videos.
Some comparison or something we cook up later, or
like we do,
or whatever.
Like we do. But yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna fuse them together, probably on some slower fuse, so they just kind of go one at a time, so you can probably get an idea what they do. But that's the plan.
All right, so the debut of Pyro Planet on the channel, and shoot, maybe the debut for most of y'all too, because it's just a brand you don't see very often. We had to kind of go out of our way to find it. What else we got to say, Jody?
That's it, man. We're gonna light it.
All right, hang with us till after dark, and we'll fire this stuff up. Catch you then. Okay, boomers. After dark at the river park, here we are on Pyro Planet tonight. Man, I'm excited about this. We were talking about this after we did that presentation, right? About how these just feel like good quality ordnance, right? And we're hoping they live up to it when we light them up, right?
Some of these, you know, they don't feel, this, especially this Novacore with this box thing, this just feels like a solid piece of ordnance. These all feel like sturdy, like just such well made. Not all ordnance does.
Right.
And
Right.
some of it, you know, it just doesn't even feel, you know, some stuff is kind of squishy and when you pick it up and it doesn't feel solid in there.
Right.
And this stuff feels
It's not
really,
all
really
just
good.
the weight. Some of it's the fit and finish, is
Right.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
This
think I
feels
follow.
good. This feels right.
So in order, we're going just from left to right.
Yeah.
Camera left to right.
Yeah, we're going electric jellyfish, Novacore, USA Elite,
and then the shells.
and then the shells. And
Continuum.
these are pretty slow few. I mean, this is some Magic Link A. So they're going to go from 1 through 12. We've got them numbered. We've got them, you know, the numbers, like I said earlier, they're on there.
Let's see. I don't know if you can back up with the light, or we're getting glare where we can't pick that up. But yeah, now we can see that number.
Yeah, that's number 1.
All right.
We're going 1 through 12 on these in order. So if you want to back it up and pause it, you can do that and see
Okay.
what's what on there.
Right. Okay.
But I'm going to set this down here and let Matt get backed off. And
All right. We're backing off. Jody's going to give you a little more spiel while I go across the parking lot, and I'm just going to back it up.
yeah. So we're going to start with electric jellyfish. And like we said before, there not a whole lot of ordnance that has the jellyfish effect. So I'm very interested to see how these guys do it, because a lot of times it doesn't look all that great. A lot of companies try to do it and it doesn't turn out so great. We did the neon jellyfish Noab by Raccoon in our recent Weird Pyro series that came out in part 2. And some of those look pretty good. Some of them you couldn't really tell what it was, but I just think it's a kind of a strange creature anyway, and the idea that someone wanted to emulate that with fireworks is really just intriguing to me in and of itself. So if Matt's ready down there.
No, hold on.
Okay.
After I get this set up in the tripod, I'll still need to get focus and everything, but...
Okay. Well, let me know when you're ready down there.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to keep talking. We're going to go from there into the Novacore. And I'm really excited about this one too, with the silver glitter tails and having the strobes. That's 2 effects I really, really like on an ordnance. And then, of course, the USA Elite.
I believe we're ready to fire when you are, sir.
Okay. Having its angle. So looks like Matt's ready down there. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. This is electric jellyfish. Well, those are some big colorful breaks. I didn't really get the jellyfish effect from it so much. I could see the tentacles coming off, but you know, hard to get that shape. That's a shape that's hard to do. But those were some nice, good, solid breaks though on that. This is Novacore. Okay. Some of those breaks were a little off, but overall I really liked that. I liked the mine at the end with the willows. That was pretty cool. And the strobes. Really do like the strobe effect. That was a kind of glittery colors in there. That was kind of interesting there. But that cake did hit pretty good. This is going to be USA Elite. This one should have some angle to it. This is the 500 gram that we got. Well,
Yeah.
that was not messing around. I wasn't really ready for that, to go 3 at a time like that. I mean, we read the effects on the side, but I don't remember seeing that it was going to go 3 at a time like that. So on this one, we've got kind of a longer fuse, and I'm going to light this thing, then I'm going to walk down with Matt. So we're going to do a little talking after we get this thing going here. I'm going to move this off the table.
All right. I can give my assessment of what we've seen so far. I got to say, those were some impressive little cakes, and the blues were coming through like high quality cakes do. Those lived up to a premium brand to me. So no disappointment yet. Here we go with these shells. Yeah, that's hitting hard right out of the gate. Wow, big break. Yeah. Guys, these are 4-inch shells, and they're not messing around. Wow. Yeah, these are filling the sky. They're loud. Here we are in the second 6. Got some good drip on that. Big
that one's
breaks.
nice.
Oof. Yeah.
A lot of these have some nice round breaks on them. Wow.
Yeah, and those strobes on the back. I think that's our 12, isn't it? Did I count right?
I wasn't counting. I was just getting getting into that.
Yeah, you got here on the back end of it here, Jody. Man, that's a nice little kit.
Yeah.
We only saw half of it, but and those cakes didn't disappoint. I'd say thumbs up to Pyro Planet. This is our first experience with them firsthand.
Those colors are pretty distinctive. Like, you know, not everybody has, there's a brightness to those colors, a certain, like, I don't know if it's like a neon type quality to them or something,
Okay.
but those colors seem to have a brightness to them. Maybe they lack some of the depth of some of the others,
Okay.
but to me, they were really kind of glittery and bright, which is good in a way, you know.
Those were poignant blues. I'd say that the incident, like the stars themselves, were smaller than I've seen on some other Pyro products.
Yeah.
But that there was a depth to that blue that's tough to make sometimes.
Yeah.
I think they did good work.
And those shells were some nice big full breaks.
Big
Some of them
breaks
were round,
on a
very round.
4-inch too. I
On a
mean,
4-inch.
that wasn't even an oversized shell. You
No,
know, 5 or
that's
6.
a regular 60 gram load.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the symmetry of some of those breaks on a canister. You don't see that all the time.
It's tough, right? And it's easier on a bigger shell, right? You can get the little cages internally that can help get you a ring shell if you got more room to work with. You can't really do that on a 4-inch, I don't think, or maybe you can, and they did. But either way,
They say there's enough room in there to do it. I don't know, to do whatever they need to do with 60 grams. Yeah.
I'd say good work.
Yeah.
I would buy Pyro Planet again, and as the theme goes, particularly if stuff out of China starts getting out of hand with pricing, this is a good, strong alternative.
Yeah, something to go with.
Happy to have found it. What else we got, man?
That's it, man. I think you said it.
All right. Thanks for watching, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show, and I hope this provides you the option that we think it might be at some point in the future. Catch you next time, Boomers.